Yep. Welcome back for Danganronpa another. Last time we finished chapter 4 and we started we saw the kind of teaser for chapter 5 and seems like a new character is getting introduced. Before I start that, I wanted to expand a bit on my thoughts for chapter 4 because I feel like I didn't really explain myself well last time. Um, I still agree with what I said last time about the trial not being a real mystery. Because I feel like in these games, when I'm going into a trial, there's kind of the expectations that there's a mystery here for me to solve, and maybe that's my bad for having that assumption. But I feel like I was kind of let down in that department. But mostly I wanted to expand on the other aspect, which is like the emotional sides of things. Obviously, that whole trial was way more focused on the emotion, like the emotional aspect of the situation than the actual mystery. Now, obviously, for me, I play these games for the mystery. That's the number one reason I play them. I'm not opposed to like having a real emotional attachment to these characters and like in, interacting with the game in that way. I mean, there were moments in the OG Danganronpa games that like were kind of sad, you know. Like, I'm trying to think. Like chapter 1 in VR3, like when in V3, sorry, when Suichi goes back to the music room and fucking plays the song and Kaede's ghost is there or whatever. You know, it's not crazy. It didn't make me cry, but it I feel something, you know. But in this game, I guess I just don't care about the characters that much. I guess it was kind of sad, like what happened to Satsuki, but it's tough. It's tough because I think a lot of it is just the translation makes it hard to like really, what's the word, to really connect with these characters in the way I may connect with characters from the OG games. Maybe I would connect more with these characters if the translation was better or more natural. But yeah, it just didn't fully land with me. But anyway, let's start chapter 5. So yeah, some fucking Jotaro is joining our squad, I guess. Well, very nice. Everyone is shocked by this surprise, right? Kisaragi-kun is also a freshman at Hope Peak Academy, the same as you, but due to some circumstances, he joined late, so let it go. Yamato ni... Yamato? Oh wait, let me open something really quickly. What was this guy's name? I had written down. Okay, according to the book we found, his name is supposed to be Kisaragi Hanzo. So Yamato, I don't know who that's referring to. Mikako-chan, do you know him? Mikako-chan, why did you turn so blue? Who are you? Mikaru? I'm asking who he is, the guy called the transfer student. He's just vibing, man. Just in his element. The transfer student that no one expected. A new character appeared in this place that started with only 15 people, including myself. That alone was enough to confuse our heads. A character named Yamato Kisaragi. Okay, so we're saying he's like the descendant of Kisaragi Hanzo that we found? Sure. Or like the grandson or something? Looking at us with a quiet smile. Mikaru had a fierce stare at him and waited for him to open his mouth. And finally, when it did... Okay, this this is not what I was expecting. Mato mato, mato mato to your heart. I'm imagining this in the Nico voice, you know, Nico ni. Everyone's idol it's Yamato Kisaragi. Okay. Yeah, that's my reaction. That's the first time we've seen this face from Mikara, I think. It's pretty funny. Was that okay? Not too ordinary. It seems like I was a little bit boring there. What? What are you saying? Are you crazy? This is a joke. Thanks to you, I just made an embarrassing face. Yeah, you did. God, good lord, I'll throw up. Wow, I'm so sorry. Huh? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. God, don't let me die. I've sinned, but just forgive me from dying. Okay, so if this guy was the perspective that we saw after chapter 1, I think, or after chapter 2, I forget, that was like in the prison. I forgot what exactly Monokuma said. He said that there was a woman who he cared about, right? So that's probably Kurokawa. And didn't he say something about him being immortal? So maybe he is actually just Kisaragi Hanzo and he just fucking drank the potion of immortality or something. He had a body that doesn't age, right? Is what he said. The first words that came out of Kisaragi's mouth were a hilarious joke that only seemed awkward by anyone, but soon we realized that his condition was somewhat weird. You don't say. Oh hey you, I've already bullied you for how long? I told you to get along with them. Kisaragi-kun is a kid with a soft heart, even though he seems like that. Well, excluding that, Kisaragi-kun, there's a little bit of an abnormality on his own brain. It should be said that their mind is a little off the shelf. He's schizo? It's not normal to be like that after all. I'm called Mato. Yo, are you worried about me? I don't see anything bad here. Does he actually have like multiple personalities, is what we're saying? There's something wrong with his brain? That doesn't matter. I don't care if this kid is a genius or a lunatic. Now the important thing is the existence of this being. We know there's been 15 freshmen at Hope Speak Academy this year. We haven't heard anything like the ultimate inventor. And it's not just that, it's a transfer student who suddenly appeared in the environment of this very Hope Speak Academy, which was blocked and sealed off from the outside. Meanwhile, Mikaro was speaking her complaints about how things were too rapid to get to understand Mikaru's words. Meanwhile, Mikaru was complaining about how things were going too fast, and while I was trying to understand Mikaru's words, they were cut off by her. Izawa would translate that. Yamatoni. Kurokawa? That reaction, you know him too. What's the difference here? Mikako Kurokawa. Kurokawa? Oh my god! What the fuck? The fucking sleeper agent activated and just killed her? Eh? It was in a single moment. Kurokawa's tears began to blend in dried blood. It began to ooze out of her eyes, nose, and ears like a fountain. What the fuck? Ah, Mikako-chan, she's so scared the text box disappeared. Huh. Kurokawa. It really disappeared. Hoo, this is more than I expected. What do you mean? It's as if you knew that if you showed Yamato Kisaragi in front of us, Mikako Kurokawa would pass out. Well now, don't you all want to know? It's hard to read because his fucking belly's white as well. What do I do? What can I do? The blood isn't stopping. Monokuma, what are you doing? Your role should be to cure a student when they're injured in an accident. Like you did with Kinjo. Why should I? What? This isn't exactly an unfortunate accident. She'd rather just die like this. It's like, whoop, she's done way too many emotional expressions. I don't know what you're saying. How are you supposed to take care of that in the first place, huh? Well, I don't know, so I'll leave it to you. What the heck? Well, either way, Kisaragi-kun, come this way. Yes, teacher. Here, it's Kisaragi-kun's handbook. Be careful not to lose it. Wow, thank you. I'll do it. I'll cherish this. I've explained to you roughly everything about living in here, remember? Then try to get along with your friends. Okay. You guys get along with Kisaragi-kun. Kisaragi-kun's information has been added to your handbooks, so if you're curious, you can look at it. Monokuma, wait a... Damn it, my friend is bleeding and she's collapsed in front of my eyes. Even with that pretense of wanting someone to die, this Monokuma. I can never forgive someone like that. What should we do? What should I... Mikako-chan, please wake up. Even if you ask me. You guys, stop blanking. Hurry up and support the other side. Mikaru? You, the transfer student. I'm so full of things that I want to say, but right now, the first priority is to save Mikako Kurokawa. Because I have to hear a lot from this woman. It'll be difficult if she dies now. Yeah, let's move to the infirmary first. It's on the first floor, so the location is close. We decided to pick up the unconscious Kurokawa and take her to the infirmary. In the meantime, the revelation of Kisaragi, the transfer student who doesn't even blink, even though a person is bleeding and collapsed, seemed like a creepy person. Can I get my text box back, please? Despair, eclipse, hope never falls to despair. There's like aliens in the background or something. Okay, interesting start. Oh, you have a monocoin in your globe. Okay, this text box is still gone. Am I gonna have to restart the game? After taking Kurokawa, who lost consciousness over massive bleeding, we went to the infirmary together for the first aid. Then we brought her to our private room, and then we immediately gathered at Mikaru's room. A sudden transfer student and Kurokawa losing consciousness. Less than a day has passed since we decided to continue Satsuki's will and defeat the mastermind. We were so confused by the rapid change of situation. Mikako-chan, I'm sure she'll be okay. Even Kurokawa was knocked down, and Kenjo isn't showing any reaction. Oh yeah, Kenjo! The four of us are the only ones in this white school. It feels too unreal. 5. They're not in this room, but there's a guy running around outside. Kisaragi, you mean? Who is he, that person named Yamato Kisaragi? The E-handbook really was updated. Well, if you think about it simply, they would be the mastermind. The mastermind. But didn't Mikaru think that Kurokawa was the mastermind? I didn't know things were going to turn out like this, but that doesn't mean Mikako Kurokawa is free from guilt. You saw it too, right? As soon as she saw the transfer student, she became anxious and shed tears. Actually, I think she shed blood. That's true. As soon as she saw him, she mentioned Yamato-ni. The most primary candidate is Yamato Kisaragi. At the same time, I can't stop being suspicious of Mikako Kurokawa, because we can't reach the conclusion that there's only one mastermind. What? You mean it can't be only one mastermind? The only thing I admire from you is your ignorance. Rather, don't you think that the possibility of mastermind's revenge was because of the character named Yamato Kisaragi appeared? What? That means, are you saying the mastermind that mixed in our group and the one behind is hiding? Is that... Okay, again, I'll reformat this. Are you saying there's a mastermind that mixed in with us from the beginning and a second mastermind that's controlling everything from the shadows? Right, Maida is useful indeed. Think about it, there's no creature called Monokuma in this planet. Really? That means someone is controlling it. Yeah, I said that in like chapter 1. Wouldn't that explain that Mikako Kurokawa, who was with us, wasn't the one controlling it? Yeah. Huh? But didn't Kisaragi and Monokuma move all at the same time in the gym a little while ago? Yeah, actually, not just a little while ago, for the entire game, man. Have you been paying attention? Not sure about that yet. Then maybe they did something without our knowledge. They're stray masterminds. It may have been a reserve operation, or because of the distance we did not see it. Because he was up on stage, you were like 10 feet away, you couldn't see him with the PS4 controller in his hand controlling Monokuma? What are you talking about? Even so, it means that he's not a trustworthy person. What is certain is that he's been on the sidelines since we got involved in this incident. Yeah, if they don't have anything to do with the mastermind, they can't come from outside the school either. Still, wouldn't it be better to talk directly with Kisaragi-kun than to be suspicious? We don't know what kind of person he is yet. Mikako-chan is the same. When she wakes up, let's talk calmly. I hate being suspicious like this. I don't suppose you guys think that person named Kisaragi Yamato is just a mysterious figure that just popped up suddenly, do you? Eh? What are you talking about? Huh? Wait. Do you have any information about Kisaragi-kun, Rei-chan? Maida, please, for the love of God, help me. I don't think I can handle these fools myself. Did they not remember the guy we saw like 2 weeks ago? Oh, hahaha. Akane Teruya, you saw it when we reported about the 3rd floor, right? The Hope Speak Academy graduation album. I like that Mikaru thinks we're like smart enough to like explain stuff now. Graduation album. Kisaragi Hanzo was the name of the owner of the graduation album. It's too perfect to be a coincidence, isn't it? Was it? Yeah, Kisaragi Hanzo, and this one is Yamato Kisaragi. Okay. Somehow, when I heard the name Kisaragi, I recall where it was, that album. I remember now. I'm more curious as to how you can forget about such an important piece of information. And not only that, you guys, did you see the mark in the ballroom's arsenal? Mark? You mean that mark with the 2 moons overlapped in blue? Yes, Maida already heard it before, but that mark is the crest of the Kisaragi Foundation. It's not a widely known company to the general public, but it's a giant company. In the shadows with a broad reach of high-tech science sector. Kisaragi Foundation. Kisaragi. Ah, I remember. When I was younger, my father signed to sell robot vacuum cleaners. The source was from the Kisaragi Foundation. Yeah, that's something that people may know them for, although it's a company with a lot of secrets. As to whether it was controlling the mass media or not is unknown. Why would you just assume that out of random? And Kisaragi-kun is from that big corporation family? If that's the case, it wouldn't be surprising, since the graduation album of Hanzo Kisaragi was discovered, and the arsenal has a mark of the foundation. But just looking at this, doesn't it seem that there's some kind of relationship between the mastermind and the Kisaragi Foundation, which we're facing right now? That's right, and it turns out there was one more thing, Mikaru. There's a clue related to the Kisaragi Foundation. Is there really? Where? At that time, I couldn't say anything, but I found a picture of a person who looks like Yamato Kisaragi in a school's office while investigating the 4th floor. Okay, sure. Yeah, that photo I found with Kinjo. As I had room to organize the situation, I began to think of it. The person in the picture that resembled Hanzo Kisaragi in the graduation album was Yamato Kisaragi, whom I met in person a while ago. Unfortunately, Kinjo has the picture right now. That's what Maeda-kun has been talking about with Kinjo in the school's office for a long time. Why didn't you tell us right then? I think I was a little confused back then. Well, things were happening and Kinjo himself told me to stay quiet and spoke some nonsense. Some nonsense? You've come to reveal it now, but Kinjo was also suspicious of Kurokawa. Kinjo hasn't seen Kisaragi yet, so I wonder if he'll keep thinking that way. Haha, well, he's that kind of guy. But right now, he has become a useless partner. Then there are 3 clues related to Kisaragi in this large academy? Yes, now, do you guys know the reason why I'm suspicious of Kisaragi Yamato? Mikako Kurokawa, who overreacts to Kisaragi, was suspicious for the same reason. But I wish we could talk to him. You're tenacious. Well, do whatever you want. As I see it now, he's a guy with a broken head, so there's a high probability that there's nothing to talk about. What? Mikaru, where are you going? There's still a lot to organize with you guys. I have to move. It's about time that guy notices us. Whoa, what are you all doing here? Monokuma? What? I don't want to see your face. Can you leave now? No, but I was looking for you one by one because I couldn't see you anywhere. I looked around the school. Wait, but what's this? There was obviously nobody in this room on the surveillance camera, right? Ah! No way, you guys. You haven't done anything to the surveillance camera, have you? How? What is he saying now? It must have broken down. Are you trying to cover up your self-management mistakes with us? You really are a rotten piece of trash. Breaking my heart with this sudden profanity. Well, anyways, Miss Mikaro makes sense. The facilities are old, so it's whatever. The facilities are old? What does that mean? The facilities of Hope's Peak Academy shouldn't be that old, right? That's... what was it? That was... oh yeah, the switch room in the power room was also a little bad because with the lights out, right? I guess that's what I mean. Yeah, I don't know. I don't freaking know. I got worked up about the camera and I came here because I have something to tell you. Well, I think you already know if I don't say it, but the 5th floor of the school area is not open, so it's okay to research as much as you want. Do what you like. The 4th floor was mostly locked classrooms anyway. That for the 4th floor, if you compare it to the human body, it's a bit sensitive. What are you talking about? Shall I say it's the shameful part of it? What? What? Don't make strange comments. Miss Tara, your face is blushing. Hoo. Well, rest assured, the 5th floor is wide open. If the 4th floor is like the dick and balls, then the 5th floor is like the buttocks. It's wide and open. But unlike so far, you'll need to be a little more prepared. It's also the top floor. The guys seem knocked down, so I thought it would be best for the last minute atmosphere. What? Are you prepared to reach the truth? Then go ahead. Think of this as a service for seeing you guys so motivated. Oh, I'll have you go and see the status of the camera. Bye. I'll have to go see the status of the camera. Bye. What will need to be prepared? He's probably just carrying us for nothing. Anyways, did you see it? So far, I was alone and I didn't have much doubts because there were far more people back then. If 4 or 5 people suddenly disappeared while the number of people is reduced as they are now, the likelihood of being caught will increase each time. We can't talk for a long time in my room because there's 1 or 2 limits that can light this slide based on the basis like I just did. I don't know what you're saying. So what should we do? If it wasn't for the jamming in Mikaru's room, it would all go into the ears of the mastermind. For now, let's talk briefly only when there's something we really need to say. I'll call you when we need it, so you guys act like you normally do. As usual, you're talking about eating in the morning together and not leaving our rooms at night, right? Alright, you're doing that too. What does it matter? Let's just act together. Eh? Instead, I won't lock the door to my room and keep it open, so make sure you come in and out of my room from time to time. Suspicion will decrease the less time we gather. Eh? What was that for? What's with the stupid reaction? Do you hate it? No, it's not like that, but it's a first. For someone like Mikaru to suggest that. I knew Rei-chan is a good girl, even though she seemed to not care about us before. She really helped us a lot. Stop annoying me. I told you not to be mistaken because you and I aren't friends. This is just cooperation. Don't try and cross the line with useless remarks. Cooperation means you can befriend. Don't be so cold, Rei-chan. Shut it. I'll get rid of the jamming soon, so come out and go to the 5th floor to investigate. Oh, it's the teddy bear! Mikaru? Rei-chan, did I make you upset? She's just shy, right? I mean, even if she says those things, saying that she will always keep her door open means that she trusts us that much. Yeah, we're all ready to join forces and smack the mastermind right now. Let's follow Mikaru to the 5th floor and begin our investigation. I mean, you could just keep your door locked and answer when we knock so you don't get murdered by the new guy, but sure. Wait, my monocoins. We're still riddled with mysteries and there's a long way to go. I could feel that our hearts were united in this despair. Kinjo, Kurokawa, Kisaragi, Yamato. The confusion was still the same, but we were filled with hope more than ever. I decided to go with everyone to investigate the 5th floor. Why am I walking so slow? Wait, I'm still walking as if I'm starved from like the same walking speed I had when I was starving in chapter 4. Wait, what? I can't go faster. Oh my god. Dude, this is gonna be horrible. Are the text boxes still gone? Oh no, they're back. Okay, let me save. Dude, please, I need to be able to walk faster than this. Oh my god. Mikari had the jamming switch hidden inside this teddy bear. Okay. It looks like everyone went to the 5th floor. I have to go investigate as well. What's up, man? Ah. The person standing on the way to the school entrance was Yamato Kisaragi, the mysterious figure who appeared a while ago. Oh, hello there. You were Kisaragi? Nice to meet you. You haven't said anything since we've met here. I'm Yuki Maeda. Are you there, Kisaragi? Oh, whoa. Are you angry? I didn't mean to. Get. Oh, is it cause he remembers us because we're the mastermind and we don't remember? That's why he's mad at us? What the? Teru's statement about having a conversation certainly made sense, but I couldn't establish a proper communication, which is likely to be due to his brain state. No, he seemed to be angry with me more than anything else. Yeah, because we're the mastermind. Yeah, I know. At least when I saw him at the gym, he was chessy. But I think he can speak. Still, why did he just stare at me and stutter? I don't know. Let's think about Kisaragi's issue later and start with the investigation on the 5th floor, because it's a new place where I might be able to find something. Oh my god, I'm still slow. Dude, I can't. Oh my god, this is gonna take so long. Oh my god, please. I beg of you. Please, oh my god. Am I stuck like this for the rest of the game? Oh my god, man. What the hell? Well. It's gonna take a bit. Hey, Maida, wait. Car, you didn't go to investigate the 5th floor? I stopped by the library because I had something to investigate, but then I found an important clue. An important clue? Do you remember there was a locked door in the back of the library? That door opened. Really? I thought Monokuma only said that the 5th floor was open. I don't know why he didn't mention about the back door of the library, but there was a lot of interesting things inside. The air is open now, so go ahead and see for yourself. Okay, thank you, Mikaro. One word, since both Akane and Teruya are in charge of the 5th floor without seeing this, why don't you tell them later? They both rushed over there without a second thought. I'll be heading to the 5th floor. Okay. Wait, what? Mikaro? She just said Teruya and Akane. She's really starting to become friendly with us, but I can't say this in front of her. Anyway, thanks to Mikaro, now I know that there's an open place beside the 5th floor. The door at the back of the library. I'll make sure to check it out later as well. Oh my god, I'm so slow. Is this a bug? Am I just bugged in this stage from the previous chapter? A dim light illuminates a dark room dimly. As Mikori said, it really is open, the door behind the library. But what even is this place? It's like a reading room. The room inside the library had a very different atmosphere from the outside, and there were a few books here. But even those were all empty. There was only a half-open book left by Mikari on the desk. There's nothing that stands out in particular, so this is all about the book. Is this the important clue Mikari mentioned? It was a small book and it looked portable. I decided to read only the part that could be read by picking up the notebook that had only the half of it left, as if someone else had torn it apart. I finally arrived here for the time being. Will, by the way, this diary was still here. Well, it's just a few that come here. I assume these dashes are like the part that's ripped. Like the second half of the book that's ripped apart. A day has passed. Everyone can't hide their anxiety. They can't just say it, since we can't get out of here. In the worst case, we could live here all our lives, but it would be better than being. Quite a bit of time has passed. Now the mood is a bit more stable. I feel like it has become that way. However, I feel an unknown anxiety. Is this really it? The anxiety that I have... Sorry, I read ahead. The anxiety that I have has been growing more and more. I don't want to believe it, but if there's class among us, seems like we would be done since the moment we set foot in here. The suspects are them. They're suspicious. Okay, to me this reads like the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history happened, and then all of us locked ourselves in the school, and this is what it's talking about. And maybe like one of us was a traitor and did something to, oops, sorry for that, did something to like fucking let despair come into school or whatever. After that, the notebook was torn in half and couldn't be read anymore. What is this? A diary written by someone? Who wrote it? Plus this content. We can't get out of this place. We might live here our whole lives. These words are like, it's the same as we are right now. But other than that, I couldn't tell who wrote this diary and for what reason. Akaru must have read this diary. Rather than worrying myself, let's think about it with everyone later. Okay. Let's slowly, very slowly make our way to the 5th floor. Very, very, very slowly. So, nice weather we're having, huh? Hopefully nothing here opens, so I don't need to fucking go around this entire floor. Oh. Eh? As usual, I take the stairs to investigate a new place. Although a new place has opened, I could not connect it to the unusual landscape that soon came into my sight. This is the 5th floor? Terrible bloody scent, the ground and walls cracked. It was a terrible sight, as if this was an horrifying tragedy that just happened here. You must be surprised, Maida. Mikaru, well, who wouldn't be surprised to see this sight? Yeah, honestly, even I can't help but fight the smell. We will too, because the 5th floor is so far distinctly different than any other floor. It is different if it's bloody like this. You idiot, the blood is already there, but look at the overall structure, it's not the same. Soon enough you'll notice. The structure? What is clear is that this is a very interesting place. Monokuma said that we needed to be prepared in order to see the 5th floor. Means there must be something only in this floor. Well, let me look at it from top to bottom. Don't be dazed and investigate. It's too abnormal. Ugh. The impression of blood and destruction is so intense that it's not very noticeable, but I should investigate first. Investigate very slowly. Still can't go in here? Nope. The bathroom's clean at least. That's nice. Don't know what this is. First floor laboratory. This isn't the 1st floor. Caution when walking. Okay. What is this? A cart? Guess this is where the murder is gonna happen. There's a lot of dust. It seems useful for moving equipment and stuff, but it's really out of place. It doesn't fit the room. Well, it doesn't really matter. What the hell is this place? It said it was a laboratory. Is this where they clone people? No matter where I looked, there were some kind of incubators and blood everywhere. It was an unpleasant place. I have to investigate, starting from those weird capsules. What is this thing? Some of them have light as red. Some of them have red lights and some of them have green lights. Amidst the unpleasant metal-like capsules lined up, while checking one of them, I found a familiar name in front of the box. Ayame Atano X. Wait, is this, was I right? Is this really clones? Huh? What is Atano? Why is the name of the dead Atano? Atano, oh wait, or is this just keeping track of who's dead and who's alive? Atano's name suddenly appeared. No, isn't this really out of place? Suddenly, I got a horrifying feeling. I noticed that there were only 16 capsules, and I ran to the one next to it. Higa Mitsuhiro X. Mitch, my boy. Mitch's name. Atano and Mitch, all of them were friends who died after being executed by Monokuma. No, wait, this wouldn't be. What's inside these capsules? It was only after checking the status of the third capsule I couldn't realize what my sinister premonition was true. Yuki Maeda. Oh. Okay, it's just who's alive and who's dead. I don't know what this is though. My name and a green light. Swallowing my spit, I pushed open the capsule with my name on it. It's empty. Wait, open one with an X. Open one with an X. Looking at the 16 capsules, some of them were lit up. Some of them had green lights on. In addition, a mark was written on the front of a capsule with red light next to the name, and a mark symbol was written on the front of the door with green lights. Counting the numbers, there are 9 red lights and 7 green lights. Isn't that wrong? We started with 16 if we include the new guy. -2, 14, -2, 12. -3 is 9. -2 again is 7. No, that's correct. Never mind. Right? 14, 12, 9. No, okay, never mind. Never mind. The names of the green lights capsules were Yuki, Akane, Tsurugi, Mikaru, Kurikawa, Teruya, Yamato. All of the living ones. If that's it, then the other ones. No way they can't be. Yes, they can, Maeda-kun. It's exactly what Maeda-kun's thinking. Monokuma, you did this. Yeah, this lab is a place to hold the bodies of the people who have died so far, okay? Even though it's not really a morgue, it would suit for one. These were all made for each one of you, so you can open the capsules at any time, so if you miss the faces of your dead friends, take them out and see them. Okay, so someone's body is going to be used for the murder. Oh, although you'll be punished severely for corpse damage. Okay, interesting. So try to appreciate it as much as possible, okay? You shouldn't touch in the museum, but only use your eyes. How did you do this? This is terrible. You're insane. According to what Monokuma says, there are really my dead friends inside these capsules in front of me. Go check. I know that, but how can I understand this? How can you convince yourself of this insane action? Huh? You don't believe me? Then wait a minute, I'll take one and show it to you. Wait, stop it, enough. Just stay still, it's a little grotesque, so why not just use Maki's corpse with the least damaged body, okay? Stop! How is he holding her up with his fucking cartoon hand? How about it? It's been such a long time, isn't it nice to meet each other again? Why is this getting a CG? Maki did die by having the back of her head hit, I remember that. And then she was, yeah, and then she was fucking hung in the bathroom. Maki, how could you? Looks like the clothes are removed as well. Despite my refusal, he opened the capsule without hesitation, and Monokuma pulled out Maki's body. At the same time, anger flowed inside, but my body couldn't react to anything because of the insane and abnormal situation. Oh sorry, even though the degree of damage was small, it's been quite some time since they started to decay. It's been corrupted a lot, huh? It's a bit disgusting, but you can enjoy it, right? The power of your friendship is stronger, right? Damn you. The text box, man! Monokuma! Stop! Stop removing my text box. Oh yeah, the smell of rotten flesh is bad for your health, so I'll put it this way. Even the ultimate sharpshooter, that's not a title, who struggled like that eventually became like this. Wow, why are you overreacting so much? It's a corpse, you've seen plenty already. Shut up, why the hell? What's the reason for showing me this? What's the reason? What else is there to make you guys despair? What? You guys were the ones who started after the class trial yesterday. That you will reveal my identity and try to punish me. I'm just playing my opposition accordingly, see? Ahahaha. It is often in boys' comic books, right? When the protagonist powers up and announces a decisive showdown, the villain also powers up accordingly to drive the protagonist even more desperate. It's the same. Damn it, such a terrible thing. Well, no matter how far you go, I wonder if you can reach the truth, let alone my identity. I'm hopelessly bored waiting still. This is really hard to read. For reference, that desperate expression and almost vomiting was very good. It was a nice show for me to someone like Maida-kun. So goodbye. Damn it, stop joking around. What despair. I'll never forgive you. Monokuma does outrageous, inhumane acts. I have to get back on track and continue to investigate the new areas. Okay, can I check these? The names are in fucking Korean. I'd be curious about the order, like how these lined up. Whatever. Sorry. That's the equipment panel. Wait, is the text box is still gone? Okay, incredible. Making my way very slowly. Collection room. There's a small notebook on the desk. There was a notebook full of various articles clipped from the newspaper. Dude, this is gonna... Okay, the text box is back, okay. Let's see, what article is this? Huh? Seeing the clipped articles, I couldn't hide my surprise. Oh yeah, this is... Okay, yeah, this is the biggest... This is the despair, okay. So we have confirmation that the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history did happen in this game's timeline. I couldn't hide my surprise. In the photos in the newspaper article, a gigantic Monokuma, a mob dressed with Monokuma costumes, were publicly revealed. What are these fishy contents? The world's most big... Okay, I'll just... Whenever they say this, I'll just translate it to how it is in the English version. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. According to the article, the world's situation went in jeopardy due to a sudden simultaneous terrorist attack all over the world. Yeah, because a high school girl made a hypnotic video that makes you evil when you watch it. That's why. It was a crisis that should have never happened again in history. God, the anime was so stupid. The video that makes you evil. Maida-kun, what's wrong? You look surprised. Akane, look at this. What, a newspaper? I don't really read the news that much. Hey, what is this? Monokuma? It seems to be called the most desperate event in human history. Akane, do you know? There's nothing, this absurd thing. No matter how much I read the article. If this had happened, it would have been an uproar on the news or the internet. And the date in the event is said to have occurred in the future? How far in the future? The future, what else does it say? It's literally the future. We were kidnapped at the entrance ceremony, so we seem to remain here, and it must have passed roughly 2 weeks until today. The date written in this newspaper is 3 months from today? Only 3 months? I would have thought it would be more than that. Really? How did this happen? Obviously, it was because of this school's circumstance. So we entered a little earlier than the normal semester, right? Yeah, they did mention that at the beginning. Yeah, we didn't pay much attention to it because they mentioned the main class, which is not a preparatory department, is a free atmosphere rather than a silent class. I have no idea what this is trying to say. Schedule. We really didn't bother very much. Yeah, don't know what that's supposed to mean. Horrible translation. Thinking about it, the date written in this paper is almost as close to the start of a normal semester. Well, I don't know what it means, but it doesn't make sense that a newspaper is from a future date. The contents of the newspapers are also unconventional, and the whole Monokuma aspect of it could be some fabrication clearly. Why does every fucking character have white clothes? It makes the text impossible to read. Yeah, I think so too. But maybe something strange happened here. Then for now, let's talk about it with Ray-chan later. Ray-chan must know more things than we do, so we might be able to clear this. Okay, then about this notebook. I'll have it. I can hand it to Ray-chan later, okay? Man, it feels like the game is breaking apart at the seams. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Why do I get this ominous feeling? What did it say? Kisaragi Foundation second representative, Hanzo Kisaragi. Kisaragi Foundation first representative, Yusaku Kisaragi. Akane, you're here. Are you investigating? Yes, but... Look at this. What is this? Yamato Kisaragi, the third president of the Kisaragi Foundation. Huh? It's not the same name or something like that, right? Wherever you look. This Kisaragi-kun we met is a former student, right? That's true. It's written as the Kisaragi Foundation that Makaru mentioned first. I thought this was the principal's office at first, when I looked closely, it said that it was a collection office. Principal's office. Oh, if this is the headmaster's office, it's already on the 4th floor. More than that, alternatively, this room is... The 5th floor is all bloody and in a terrible shape. It's a strange feeling. It feels like only the 5th floor is independent from Hope's Peak Academy. Yeah, it's like because the laboratory said it was the 1st floor, right? So it feels like they just took the 1st floor from another building and put it on top of this building. It turns out that Mikaru, who I met a while ago, said the same thing. The 5th floor is very different from all the previous floors. There's also the fact that Kisaragi-kun's picture is hanging there. Seems like an important clue that shouldn't be overlooked. I agree with you there. Let's keep it in mind and continue investigating other places. There seems to be a lot of information on the 5th floor. It's a bit difficult because of the smell of blood. Because the smell of blood doesn't go away, but I'll try my best. Okay. Let me slowly make my way to Mikaru. Very slowly. How, Mikaru, trying to investigate this room? Maida, no, I'd like to, but it's impossible. This room is locked. Locked? Are you saying it can't open? Just shush and come here. Do you see it? There's a password input panel. Password, not a normal lock? Moreover, Monokuma said there was nothing locked on the 5th floor. Haha, that's not it. The record room has an auto-lock function, so I can't open it as I like. Monokuma. Oh, is it important enough that it needs an auto-lock? Auto-lock? No, wait, it's not like that. What on earth happened on the 5th floor anyway? What the hell is this? Boo-hoo-hoo, isn't it your job to figure that out? I'm glad you like it. This place was specifically left as it was at the time. As it was at the time? I ran my mouth too much. I don't know, so figure it out yourself. Anyway, the door to the rec room will open once you enter the pass room. Got it? Oh, and one more thing. For the record, only one person can go in. If someone's already inside, it won't open, even if you enter the password correctly. Okay, that's going to be important for the murder? But why does such a pain in the ass system exist? The recording room itself is a single room. I can't do anything with this because it checks the heart heartbeat of the person inside and restricts access. Then what if more than one person, one than more? Oh my god, what if more than one person enters at the same time? That's impossible too. The sensor at the entrance will activate and secondary bulkhead doors will block the entry. Well, you guys don't know the password, so this useless information. So this is useless information anyways. Poo-hoo-hoo. Well, of course, Maida, you don't know the password either. It doesn't matter. Even if it wasn't specifically the rec room, there are still interesting clues in the other rooms as well. Let's continue the investigation by being open-minded. Once the investigation is over, I'll call you, so you better do a good investigation report. Yeah, it should be fine. By the way, Mikaro, you are often disgusted at gatherings and reporting investigation. It's rather funny when you ask us to report our investigation. Seeing that you won't stop talking means you don't want to investigate. Okay, sure, let's not do it. I was joking, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, I was also joking too, haha. Sorry, go ahead and investigate. Seriously, Mikaro has no openings. I just got a reverse beating, but in the past, she would have been angry. Oh, I could see her walking up there. I guess taking a joke with a joke is a little better. Record room. Can I try to enter the password? Nope. Let's slowly make my way to Teruya. You're in here. Mikaro, you came here. What happened? What's wrong? This room is disturbingly deep. It's not similar to compare it to a small shock. Mikaro did not speak anymore. Okay, good talk. Ugh. Parlor. Ah, Yuki, you're here now. Here, the 5th floor is... Did you see it? No, even with seeing her sleeping in this room... Even with thoughts seeing her sleeping in this room right now is... I can't even guess as to what happened here. It's like a terrorism event just ended. According to the tag on the door of this room, it's called the Parlor. I'm investigating what I can. By the way, Teruya, are you okay? Huh? What do you mean about being okay? Well, it's bloody everywhere. I think even I feel like the scale of our situation is getting bigger and bigger non-stop. I'm kind of saying this now, but Teruya was very weak against these things. That, I must say, you were timid. Yuki sure knows how to talk, saying all those things in front of me surprisingly. You're correct. Honestly, the 5th floor is shocking enough that I would never imagine this bloody scent that keeps hitting your nose. I just want to throw this investigation and run away like a coward. But we made a promise to Satsuki. We vowed to not run away anymore. And these goggles, these googles, Haruiko's goggles are giving me strength. It's scary and I want to run away from everything, but every time I think about that, I think about them too. It's kind of funny when I say this, but I'm more serious than ever. No, I can see Teruya's determination clearly. I'm sorry for calling you a coward. To be honest, I'm probably more coward, okay? Okay, I think the name tag was wrong there. The game really is breaking apart. I don't mind, at least it's not a bad thing to say. Well then, I'm going to continue investigating the parlor somewhere. Is Maida going to investigate here too? Oh, I'll go somewhere else. I'll leave the parlor to you. Yeah, my 6th sense isn't giving me any exclamation marks here, so I know there's nothing important. Okay, I hope you find something too. What do you mean too? You haven't found anything. Everyone's growing up. Akane surpassed Ayami's death, and Mikaro also began to acknowledge and cooperate with us. Teruya also became mentally strong in the sense of Haruiko's redemption. Even though Kinjo is fainted by shock, he too began to recognize his twisted values. Not to mention Haruiko and Satsuki, who threw away their lives to save us. But what about me? Am I growing? Somehow it feels like everyone is moving away. It's like I'm the only one stuck in one place on my own. No, why am I suddenly immersed in this state of futile inferiority? I'm struggling as far as I can to defeat the mastermind alongside everyone else. You're the mastermind! That's the only action to think and act now. What's this door? They said that the 5th floor is the top floor, so it doesn't seem like it would go anywhere. Is this the rooftop? Damn it, it's locked. Monokuma, he might have lied, saying that the 5th floor was all open. Still, I feel something is off about this door. There seems to be something really important behind this. I wonder. It's suspicious, but I don't have many options right now, so it's a waste to worry about it. Let's leave it alone for now. Okay. I think I've looked around all the newly opened places. I decided to move to the dormitory. After roughly completing the investigation of the newly opened places, we decided to gather at the dining hall as usual to report on the investigation according to McCoy's proposal. Dude, this is... I didn't realize how much fucking white there was in this game until the text box disappeared. No, let me hear what everyone has investigated. This is the first time a report is being conducted by only 4 people. There are only 4 of us in this giant room. It can't be helped. Kinjo and Kurokawa are unconscious, and Kisaragi is off topic. Hey, but is it really necessary to report on the investigation here? That is, well... The eyes and ears are open? Akane glanced at the surveillance camera and blurted out her words. I think I know what she wants to say. It would only mean that our report of the investigation could be comfortably in Mikaru's room, which is not affected by surveillance cameras. No, you guys have been doing reports in the dining hall so far, haven't you? Then you better do what you've been doing. And I said this, didn't I? You can't stay in that place for long. I still have call when we really need it. Until then, do as usual. Okay, so Monokuma hears this and knows that you're jamming the cameras to your room on purpose. Although, I'll praise you for not saying anything there without thinking. Okay, but you just did. Honestly, you guys were dubious about your lightness in your words, but now you're doing very good. Ah, yes, thanks. Wow, I was praised by Raychan. You look like a real teacher. She's not just a real teacher, an ultimate level professor, too. Please don't make the same sound as Maeda. Anyway, let's begin the investigation report. As you know, we've investigated it. The 5th floor was uniquely different, even within the different atmosphere of the school. Yeah, is no one gonna mention the sign that said the 1st floor? Yeah, the first thing I discovered was the... Oh, dude, this is impossible to read. The... horrible blood stains spreading across. Dude, the combination of horrible translation plus like random letters missing plus no text box plus text on the same color as the background. This is insane. I think it's missing the H and the O here. The horrible bloodstains spreading across the 5th floor and the signs of destruction. I can't even guess what happened in there. I don't think the corridor was originally like that. Is it something like a terrorist event happening at Hope's Peak Academy? Because when the 2nd floor was opened, there was a notice in the library that the doors to Hope's Peak would be closed. If there was that, then the serious problem mentioned in the notice is what was left on the 5th floor? Wait, that doesn't make sense. When we entered Hope's Peak Academy, there was no notice that Hope's Peak was closing and the 5th floor should have been fine. Akane, we're in the future. Come on, catch up. Actually, I have a guess about that problem, but I won't talk about it here, so I'll call you later. For now, let's skip this and start with something else. Oh, well, the rooms on the 5th floor were the parlor, collection room, recorder room, and laboratory. There were 4 rooms in total. I checked the parlor room, left the kitchen in the dormitory. There were cooking utensils, like a gas stove or kitchen knives, so it seems possible to cook in there. Of course, the whole, missing the E, room is covered in blood, so no one would want to cook in a place like that. I examined the collection room like Otori-kun said it was bloody in there. Well, there was something. There was a picture of him. Him? The 3rd president of the Kisaragi Foundation, Yamato Kisaragi. The picture of Kisaragi was hung in the frame of the wall like that. Is that so? That's not all. Next to it were the pictures of people named Yusaku Kisaragi and Hanzo Kisaragi, saying they were the 1st and 2nd representatives. Kisaragi Hanzo, isn't that the owner of the graduation album? Yes, the 1st representative, Yusaku, is also. It is clear that there is something related to the Kisaragi Foundation and Hope's Peak Academy. No, wait, Yamato Kisaragi was the 3rd representative? The Kisaragi Foundation couldn't change their representatives so quickly. What time frame would this be? It would have been Kisaragi Hanzo at the day of the entrance ceremony. No, this can't be either. Oh my god, we're in the future! We know, man! We know we're in the future, yes! We lost our memories. Rayshon, what's wrong? Never mind, so what else? Other than that, in the collection room, Akane, there were those, the newspaper clippings. Oh, that's right. Guys, there was something very suspicious, but we had a clue that seemed promising. Look at this. What is this? Look at the contents of it. It looks like a notebook someone cut out and scrapped the newspaper's article. Okay, I'm gonna say, we've had these in every chapter. I really feel like these scenes where we investigate the entire floor and then we come back here and talk about everything we found again is really useless. I feel like we're just saying the same thing again. What is this? Monokuma? The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history? Hey, what kind of joke is this? We don't know either. It was on the desk of the collection room. As it's written here, it seems that there's been an exponential increase in mobs around the entire world, and there was rioting in each country. Don't be ridiculous. This would have reached the army if that were the case. Where were they? If you look at this paragraph, there's been a reactionary molecule or key people among the mob that's responsible for events of the disaster. So the response team in the events were not under any control due to the reactionary molecules that have been stained by... Oh my god! Okay, I'm getting really frustrated by this translation in this episode. I have no idea what you said. Reactionary molecules? I'm sorry, but Jesus Christ, man. This is really rough. The epicenter of this riot is called Hope Speak Academy. Stupid. But I didn't know about such an event. We don't, right? I mean, this massive terror cannot happen in just a few weeks like we are. That's true. Maybe it was Monokuma's manipulation. Honestly, it's not even real. That a giant Monokuma destroys a building. It's not even a science fiction movie. It's also too absurd, but it's not that there is only the possibility of manipulation. According to this newspaper, the worst desperate event, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, has occurred in the future. In the future? It must have been about 2 weeks since we were here at the entrance ceremony, but even calculating from that time, there's still a few months left until the date written in the newspaper. Then what is it? It's not like the newspaper flew in from the future in the time machine. I also heard Maida-kun's words and thought this could only be a manipulation, but I don't know why make such an elaborate operation. If you think about it, it's obvious that all the videos of the first motives to be manipulated, so there's nothing to be surprised about now, right? Future 5th floor Hope Street Academy 3rd generation representative. As expected, I'm convinced at this moment. Hikari, what's wrong? No, I'll tell you later. Give me that notebook, I'll handle it. She already told you, man. Come on. Okay. Yeah, for now, put all also, this is... Why are we acting like this is a big revelation? Everyone who's playing this game has already played Danganronpa. We already know all of this. For now, put all suspicious things on hold. What's next? Did you find anything else? Maybe. It's for the best. But Hikari, aren't you overlining too roughly? Of course, I think it's a manipulation, but I think we should put some thought into it more. ... Hikari made a stare at Euteria without saying anything and raised her head towards the camera. Yeah, although it's better to leave the complicated thinking aside. Let's continue the investigation report. Well, I mainly investigated the collection room and the hallway. There was a place called the record room. What's going on there? Record room, I couldn't enter. The door is locked with a password input device. If you don't know the password, the door won't open. Yeah, I know. Ah, that sounds very important. Then what about the lab? Did anyone search the lab? What, Rei-chan, Maida-kun, you two went silent all of a sudden. Don't be alarmed and listen. It's something we learned while searching the lab. There were 16 capsules in the lab. If those capsules were the bodies of the people who have died so far inside. What? Huh? Did I hear something wrong just now? Are you deaf? It's bodies. Of the 15 of us, there are 16 capsules, including Yamato Kisaragi's, and the other ones have their bodies stored inside them. Surely, this is just nonsense. A real corpse? I know it sounds like crazy, but it's true. Monokuma took out Maki's body and showed it to me. That's so horrible. How can you do that to humans? Yeah, I'll admit that it's twisted. Well, where was Monaku? When was Monokuma not insane anyways? Anyways, in the case of the people who are still alive, a green light is on the capsule. That means if we die in the future, we'll be in that capsule? Yeah. That's crazy. I can't forgive him for harassing people who have already died. Yes, it's better if you got more fighting spirit, risen further to aspire more into looking for more clues. Unfortunately, the lab has nothing else to be discovered except that insane side. Then that's everything from the 5th floor. Compared to the previous one, I guess the progress was somewhat better. There's another door right at the end of the 5th floor, but that was also locked. No, but isn't that weird? The 5th floor was mentioned to be wide open by Monokuma, but there are 2 places locked. It's wrong to believe what he says in the first place. Looking at your priorities right now, you don't know anything about the library either. Suddenly, the library came up. Oh, that's right. There was a locked door behind the library that was also open there. Yes, I told Maida. It's the way you heard it. Inside of that door was a small, solitary room, similar to the 5th floor. Flower pots are broken. Even if there's a bookshelf, all the books are gone or damaged. But I found something interesting in it. Interesting? It was only half torn, but it was a diary written by someone, like a small notebook. Maida, don't interrupt my words. Sorry. Anyways, the contents of the diary are like this. We barely arrived here for the time being. Well, also this diary was still here while there are only few who come here now. A day has passed, everyone can hide their anxiety, but they can't help it. We can't get out of this place. In the worst case, we could live here forever, but it would be better then. Quite a bit of time has passed. Now the mood is somewhat calming. However, I feel an unknown anxiety. Is this really hit? The anxiety that I felt inside was getting bigger and bigger. I don't want to believe it, but there's a class among us from the moment we entered, then we're finished. The suspects are them. They are suspicious. That's what it said. Was that weird? I don't even know what they're talking about. It's no wonder that you don't understand because you're an idiot with no way to salvation. Some of the letters are blurred out and the back part is not torn, but this all alone gives you a great clue, doesn't it? A clue that we might live here our whole life, that we can't get out. Doesn't it feel similar to a situation? Well, there's that too, but I'm not sure about the person who wrote it was in the same position like us. It's a bit different from us when they say we barely arrived. And it wasn't written that long ago because it does on the paper in dry ink. Again, anyone who's played Danganronpa 1 knows exactly what this means. I don't know why we're acting like this is a big mystery. This is really stupid. I mean, it may be a little different, but it was written by a person in this building. Now then, I'll ask at this point, if there's a person who wrote this article, one of the 16 of us, including Yamato Kisaragi, who would it be? Well, it wouldn't be possible to find out by doing a handwriting survey, but that method won't work with our dead friends, and we already know the person who wrote in this diary is the current people alive. No, the handwriting check is bullshit, but mine is right. The person who wrote this article is one of the currently alive people. Hey, how can you be so sure? It's a guess, but from the nuances of the first paragraph, the author was not the first person to arrive here. But we were the ones to attend Hope Speak for the first time. What? Except for one person, the one who's unidentified and sure enough to hang a photo in this building. You don't mean Kisaragi? It is most likely that guy or Mikako Kurokao. That was completely stupid logic. Why Mikako-chan? And here, that's all I can tell you in this place right now. Other than that, there were no other new clues. Mikako quickly noticed the surroundings. Yeah, I know. Oh man, I know. Oh, right. We're in trouble. We found out very little. No, we didn't have a clue before, but we found a lot. That's a huge fact too. Really? Then that's Raytron for you. Well, this is also a fact that I realized after investigating with you guys. In that aspect, you have my gratitude. Thank you. Oh my god, are we done? That entire scene was completely pointless, by the way. We just went over everything we already knew. That entire scene should have been cut. Mikari, where are you suddenly... Okay, just combining two words. Where are you suddenly going? What about the investigation report? What is it? Are we done reporting? Is all I can tell you in this place right now. I'll call you later, so you do your usual stuff. She's gone. We've gotten a lot closer since Raychan said she was going to be with us, but it seems like she's reluctant to be with us somewhere in her mind. Still, why does Mikari want to do this? Let's think better. Right, everyone noticed what Mikari was trying to say. Yes, now Raychan is more dependent, so let's follow Raychan's words. Aye, then we have to go to that newly opened library room. I'll go around and investigate. Let's behave as Mikari suggested. Yeah, but something bothers me a little. What's wrong, Akane? No, I'm worried about Kinjo-kun and Mikako-chan. Well, that's one thing, but now that the first aid has been done, we have no choice but to wait for them to recover. That's true for Kurokao, but is Kinjo not awake? A day has already passed. Yep, that's for granted. If Kinjo-kun was awake, he would have been severely punished because he didn't come up when introducing Kisaragi-kun. Monokuma, go away, we've never called you. Well, easy, I just came to answer Mari-kun anyway. One more thing about Kinjo-kun, I haven't seen any signs of him waking up or any shocks at all. And it's gone. So after listening to Monokuma, it makes sense. If Kinjo had been awake, he would have heard Monokuma call and came to the gym. Because if we don't follow, we get punished. Yeah, that's what you just said. That's more worrying though, Kinjo-kun. I haven't seen any signs of him waking up. Honestly, when he was in the ballroom and then waking up to see stuff like this, I'd rather want him to be fainted like this. No, I believe that if you were Kinjo, you will surely realize your wrong values and wake up. Yeah, I feel the same way, and it's best to join forces with Kinjo and get out of here, right? I was just joking. Alright, then let's move. Oh my god. Mikari realized something due to the newly discovered clues on the 5th floor. Thanks to the surveillance camera, it was hard to talk right now, so for now, let's spend time investigating as usual until Mikari calls us. Free time? Oh, come to think of it, I also decided to talk to Kisaragi as well. Before we investigate, I should probably talk to him, but we couldn't communicate well. But, oops, sorry. I think he's still on the dormitories. Let's find him. Oh my god, that scene was horrible. It just went on forever. It just didn't end. I know, everything they said, I already knew. We spent so long investigating. And I know, man, I know. We don't need to go over it again. I could have said this about every chapter, I guess, because every chapter had this section where we went over everything we investigated before again. But, like, I guess at the beginning, you're still getting to know the character, so it's kind of like, there's that aspect to it, which makes it a little more entertaining. But there, we just literally did the same thing twice. That scene was completely useless. And, okay, I haven't been talking about it too much, but the translation was unbearable. It's severely like reducing my enjoyment for this game. Yeah, like in that scene particularly, it was really bad. Sorry for being like kind of grumpy, but I did not have a good time there. But anyways, I'm gonna end here. Next time, I guess we're talking with Kisaragi and then doing 50 free times with Teruya, because there's no one else I can hang out with. Okay, see ya.